Hello and welcome to Ideal Masters. In this video lecture, we will learn some basic concept of direction and distance. Let's start the session. We know that there are four cardinal directions: east, west, north and south, and four intercardinal directions: northeast, northwest, southeast and southwest. Now, what is the distance? Distance is the length of the path which is covered by a given object. Okay, this topic completely covered in these 6 types. These types include all the kinds of questions which can be asked in your examinations. First type, right and left turn based questions. In this type, object turns to right or left hand side. These are very basic kind of questions. In second type, directions are also included in the questions. While in third type, questions try to confuse us by replacing the basic directions with another. In type 4, questions asked based on sun's position and object's shadow. Clock hands and their position with concerning direction based questions would be covered in the type 5. Last, type 6. It combines another topic, that is the setting arrangement. Okay, before going ahead, let's understand a very basic concept. We know that directions are fixed and not going to change. And we all are facing different directions. Then we all get a different answer to the same question. So making the study easier and convenient, we accept a standard direction structure. That is, we accept that we all are facing north initially. So the upper side of the reading or writing object is the north and downward is south, as per the picture. Now, we would get the similar answer. Let's come to the next. If you solve a problem with the conventional method by drawing the path as per the question, then you have to imagine yourself in the required directions. Do you find it difficult to imagine yourself in all directions? Remember, if you have to turn right from any direction, just turn towards clockwise. And if you have to turn left, then turn towards anti-clockwise. Now, let's learn a basic concept which make you able to solve the question based on type 1 without making a diagram. For this, we have to learn 4 basic principles. First, if you turn 4 times to right hand side, the result would be 0. Means you just complete one round and come to the same direction as before. Second, if you turn 3 times to the right hand side, result would be equal to the single left turn. The third one is that if you turn to right hand side twice, you just U-turn. Means you turn in the opposite direction. And the last one, if someone turns to the right hand side and then left hand side, the result would be 0. Means the work is done by him is 0 with concerning direction. Means that one come again towards the same direction as before. Not that these 4 principles equally applicable on the left hand side and right hand side. These principles not affected by the distance. So distance could be anything. For better understanding on concept, let's solve some problems. First question. A walks towards the south and then turns to his left. After walking 400 meters, he turns twice to his left. For 400 and 500 meters consecutively. At last, he turns again left and walks 500 meters. What direction A is facing right now? If you go with the conventional method, you have to draw a diagram like this and find an answer. That is south. And it is quite easy to solve. But if you remember the first principle, you can note that he turns 4 times left and he just complete a round only. So he would be facing the same direction. That is south. You can also verify it by drawing a diagram. Now, if you walk 10 kilometers towards the east and then turn to the right, after walking 5 kilometers you turn to the right and walk 10 kilometers, again turn to the right and walk. What direction are you facing right now? You can go with the conventional method. The diagram would be like this. But if try to solve it quickly without trying anything, you can just apply the second principle. In this question, you turn to the right hand side thrice, but as we know, instead of it, you can take only a single left turn to go into the final direction. Now start to walk towards the east, so the left side of the east is north. That is the answer. I hope I could make you understood. Now, if you walk 10 kilometers towards the north and then turns to the right, after walking 5 kilometers you turn to the left and walk 10 kilometers, what direction are you facing right now? This is the diagrammatic solution. But in our terms, it is only the principle number 3. What was that? Let me remind you, it was about the cancellation. Right then left means to come back in the same direction. So answer is north. Next, Ram walks 100 meters towards the east and then turns to the right after walking 50 meters. Then turns to the right and walk 100 meters. What direction Ram is facing right now? I think now you get the point. What does it indicate? It is about U-turn. If someone turns twice in the same hand side, it means that one turned in the opposite direction. So Ram started to walk in the east and now he is facing west. I want to mention an important thing. In the whole lecture, I never said that the turn side should be successive. It can be or not be successive. I want to say that if someone turns 3 times to the right and then turns 2 times to the left and again turns to the right, then we can apply all the principle without hesitation. We can write it like this: R, 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 L, L, R. In this equation, we have 4R means right and 2L means left. Means 4R becomes 0, no impact, and 2 lefts become U-turn. So whatever direction that one facing, the result would be the opposite direction. Now, let's practice the concept. Question is, Kapil runs 20 meters towards east and turn to the right and run 10 meters. Then he turned to the right and run 9 meters. Again he turned to the right and run 5 meters. After this, he turned to left and run 12 meters. And finally he turned to the right. Now to which direction is Kapil facing? Just count the number of right and left turns. So he turns right, right, again right, then left and right. I show you the equation. We have 4R and 1L. 4R becomes 0, 1 left has to be taken. So Kapil was going in east direction at the starting. Now 1 left from east means north. That is our answer. One more question. A person walks towards the south. After a while, he turned 14 times left and a little further 9 times to his right. In which direction is he moving now? This looks a bit different and a tough one. So how we do it? By just writing the count of turns. So we have 14L and 9R. We know that 4 turns means 1 round and impact is 0. So while turning 14 times to the left, the person complete 3 rounds and 2 effective turns. While 9R means 2 rounds and 1 effective turns. How do I find the count of round and effective turns? By a simple division. 14 divided by 4, 3 rounds and 2 the remainder as an effective turn. Why I divided by 4? Because 4 turns means 1 round. So now what we have an effective part? 2 left and 1 right. In the form of the equation L, L, R, L and R cancelled and 1 L is remaining means 1 left turn. He started with south, so 1 left from south, turn anti-clockwise, that is east. Last question of the session. If you walk towards east after you turn 20 times left and little further 10 times to your right, again turns 15 times to left, Now in which direction you are moving now? I am going to solve it very quickly. Start with east, okay? 22L, 10R, 15L, effective turns by dividing by 4, 2L, 2R, 3L, 2L and 2R cancelled, 3L is remaining, that is equals to 1R. Right from the east, south is the answer. So, type 1 has been completed. Keep watching for getting mastery on subject. Thank you for watching.